Okay, this is the Cypress Sports Show. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. Brought to you, of course, by Coach's Corner, your go-to spot before and after the game. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Today, we are going to welcome boys wrestlers Jimmy Romero and Vince Partington. Of course, we'll check in with the always popular Mr. Pfeiffer in his segment, Would You Rather? Coach Slevcove, playoff time. We got wrestling rolling. We got boys basketball playing in a quarterfinal game. A lot of great stuff going on. I know there's other things with spring starting. So what do we have for our update?
Well, this is Tuesday that we're recording. So we're recording before the boys basketball game tonight. So hopefully on Thursday when this comes out, we'll still be fired up because the boys basketball team will advance to the semifinals. After their great start to the CIF season, they beat Beaumont and Knight of Palmdale last week in the first two rounds of CIF. Ryan Gov scored 25 points. Kingston Birdsong dropped 6 threes out in Palmdale on Friday night. They played really well. And now the boys host, and the first one that I can remember, Coach, we've been around a long time for Cypress basketball, first quarterfinal game at home.
I don't remember one. I was asked that as well by I'm sure one of our biggest fans, Kai Kozai, chiming in and asking me, and I honestly had to really think about it, and I don't think we have hosted quarterfinal. We have played in a few quarterfinals, but we have not hosted.
We've been on the road, everyone that I can remember.
So this is a really exciting time, and playing a team so close to us as well in Marina, we should have a pretty good crowd tonight.
That's right, and Marina's just coming down a couple miles, and their coach is a Cypress resident, so maybe we can send them home over to Fred Drive, long walk home.
Right.
We'll see. If we win on Tuesday night, then the boys will be playing in a semifinal game on Friday night. Girls basketball team had a very difficult time against Santiago Corona in the first round last week in the playoffs. Santiago was just simply too big and fast for the rest of us in the one-sided game. Girls soccer lost a heartbreaker to El Rancho in a golden goal overtime game last Thursday, 2-1 in the first round of the playoffs. And girls water polo dropped in the first round as well after they fell behind early to Flint Ridge Sacred Heart. They grinded it out. They had a great effort, but couldn't quite pull off the comeback. And then wrestling, exciting weekend for boys and girls wrestling. Had a terrific weekend in CIF individuals. On the boys' side, Jimmy Romero and Vince Partington, our guests this week, both came up just a touch short in the championship match. They finished second place in their CIF individuals, dropping very close matches. And the boys advance on to Masters meet, though, this week with a chance to go to state. And then on the girls' side, we had AUHSD, who won a CIF individual title in her weight class in just her second year of wrestling. So congratulations to KE and Coach Norris on having another CIF champion, and also to Kayla, Pablo, Jessica Spraglin, and Ariel Penalosa for moving into Masters this week with KE. On cheer, our cheer and song teams head to the USA Nationals this week at the Anaheim Convention Center as they finish up their competition seasons. Best of luck to all of our squads this weekend. And Coach, we're starting spring sports, so they got going last week as well. They're starting to gear up. Baseball team and softball teams opened up their seasons on Saturday. Baseball lost their opener to Gar, and the softball team went 1-1 in their very own Cypress tournament. Boys tennis this week opens up their season, and track and field opens up on Saturday at Mater Day. So it's a busy time, and hopefully a fun and exciting week still this week.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll continue on with those winter sports, right? And have basketball continue and the wrestlers keep going. So we have a lot going on there. And then, of course, spring, there's just a ton of events. Once spring really kicks off and gets going, we're going to have a lot of stuff going on. So you definitely need to tune in for your up-to-date information, check the schedules and things like that. All right, well, it is that time where we check in with Mr. Pfeiffer in our Subs and Grubs segment, Would You Rather? Mr. Pfeiffer, what do we got this week?
What a great week, right? Valentine's Day tomorrow, right?
Is
it? Makes me start reflecting. I think so. You better go get a card, some See's Candy, something, right? It makes me start reflecting about relationships and how to be a better husband. Honey, I love you. And I was thinking the question this week was perfect, right? Would you rather, I'm going to ask you, would you rather coach your significant other or compete against your significant other?
Ooh.
Well, what's the right answer?
I'm going to say I would rather coach my significant other than compete against her. And the reason is...
No, get coached by.
Oh, was it coached by?
Yeah, coached by your
I thought
significant
it was
other to
compete.
compete against.
Say it one more time.
Little wrinkle. Do you want her to coach you in a game, or do you want to compete against her in a game?
Coaching-wise.
Yeah. No. I'm playing on the field.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Okay,
Keep up,
then
Coach
keep
Russell.
going.
Okay.
Get coached
I'll
by
say it
your
again.
wife
I'm
or
going
compete against
to
your
get
wife.
coached by my wife.
Why is that?
We had competition stuff back in the day when we first got married on our honeymoon. We had a little ping pong match and it didn't go so well. So with that in my memory, I would rather just be coached by her. She was a basketball coach at one point in time, so I know she knows how to coach. So I think I would much rather have her coach me than have a battle against her where maybe I beat her and she's not so happy 25 years later.
Happy Gilmore dodgeball scenario going on.
Maybe something like that.
I think that's the right answer. What do you think?
Oh, I want to compete
Yeah.
against her. Yeah, I don't want to get coached by my wife. It's already enough at home. Take out the trash, do the dishes, pick up your shoes, this and that.
You're already used to that.
Yeah, but enough's enough.
Low competition never hurt
Yeah.
any relationship.
So you think.
Here we go. Cypress High School math department guru, right? Stud, Mrs. Fault. So here we are, softball, right? Soccer, great seasons, right? Looking forward to softball. Great season so far with soccer. Basketball varsity. Here we are, Coach Lundberg. Cypress High School, the number 1 or number 2 math teacher on campus. Would you rather be coached by your true love or compete against your true love?
Ooh, probably be coached by my true love.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like that'd be fun to
Get advice,
get told. Yeah, get
take
told,
direction,
yeah.
get told what to do.
Uh-huh.
Probably be coached, honestly.
Coach?
Yeah.
Really? What are they going to coach you?
Uh,
What's going to be some advice your true love's going to give you?
I don't even go out there and win. I don't know.
Go out there and win.
Yeah.
Just hard charge.
I'd rather be coached by my true love.
Really?
Yeah.
What's she going to tell you?
She's going to say, go out and do your best.
I'd say coach because they could put me in more,
Oh, they could put you in more. You get more field time. Right? Check you out.
Probably coach because you could help each other, or if you're in an argument, you can make them sit the bench.
Probably compete so I can just leader.
Just be. Oh. He wants to say-
Compete.
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 Compete. Compete.
Yeah.
What are you competing in?
Just everything. I
Anything,
want to be better.
Take them down.
Absolutely,
Right?
yeah.
Dodgeball, big ball, right in the
Anything.
thing. Kapoosh.
Anything, bring it on.
Anything. Dodgeball,
Anything, bring it on.
hacky sack,
I'm not gonna play that at school, but yeah.
Anything, bring it on.
cornhole.
Anything, bring it on.
Hey, thanks, Mr. Pfeiffer. Caught us a little off guard with that one, but definitely Valentine's Day. That's a good call on the would you rather, I would say. All right, well, today we were excited to welcome wrestlers Jimmy Romero and Vince Partington to the program. Thanks for being here, fellas.
Thanks for having us.
So, Coach Slevcove was just talking to you guys. A little disappointed probably with the outcome overall, but really, second place can't be so disappointing, right?
No.
Yeah.
Not about that.
Good. All right. Well, returning men of many words. Returning varsity guys. Jimmy a senior, Vince a junior. How does your experience being on the varsity team kind of help you as you progress through the long season?
I mean, it helps you progress because you're drilling with the same people on varsity. You're with your same partner, so you both push each other in ways that get you better because you start to realize what you do wrong, and they can help you fix that.
Nice.
What he said.
But you feel like being on the varsity and then coming back, and it gives you some experience, right? Does that help you as you move through the year?
Definitely helps my confidence, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys were league champions this year as well, and last year, right? League champions, a couple years in a row. The league meets throughout the year, and then league finals. How does that help you prepare for the same kind of tournaments in CIF?
Probably just the mindset of just going out there and wrestling. I mean, we put in a lot of effort year round, so it's just another match.
Yeah. So yeah, basically league's kind of like a warm up for CIF, and then CIF's like probably like one of the harder ones we have, just so we could get prepared for Masters and then state.
So with league, you guys, with your experience, I mean, I see you guys wrestling all year round. In the summer, there's lots of posts. You guys are competing a lot. League, though, there was no doubt that you guys were going to move on to CIF. You guys were pretty confident that that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Is the league match kind of important though with like your ranking? Like if you were to stumble in a league match, would that mess up the CIF ranking some for you?
Probably, yeah.
So it is enough importance that you got to make sure you take care of business. It's not like you
Yeah,
can
it
just
is.
roll through and be like, eh.
No, definitely gotta wrestle hard.
Yeah, just make sure you win, but you can't do any dumb mistakes because then it'll drop you a lot.
Yeah. So would you say then like invitationals are kind of a little more important just because you're going to be wrestling people outside of league who are, you know, competitive with you as maybe in CIF?
Yeah, basically, I'd say those are harder and probably worth a little more points because we got kids who are ranked higher there. So if we beat them, we get to take their ranking.
Yeah.
So will you see like when you go to these invitationals, because Coach Lundberg likes to put you guys in those invitationals, you go to these things and you're going to wrestle people that you wouldn't normally see in like a league match. Would you be wrestling potentially some of the same people that you see in CIF, or are those set up differently where you wouldn't necessarily match up against people that you'll see in CIF individuals?
You definitely wrestle some of the kids you see on CIF because like CIF takes about, I think it's 32 teams or a little more, and they just like from different parts of the city and state. So like we're southern section, so we get a couple of schools from there. So if they go to the same tournaments as us, then we'll see them at CIF as well.
So do you get like, could you wrestle somebody maybe, or could you wrestle in an invitational at a certain weight class, but then get to CIF and that's like in that same weight class, you get somebody different because they've fluctuated a weight class? You understand what I'm saying? Like maybe they dropped a weight class?
Oh, yeah, like, you know, like a tournament, like sooner they are higher and then
Yeah.
they dropped. Yeah, that happened a lot.
Is that tougher because then you didn't get a chance to see them? Or when you go to invitationals, you kind of look around to see like that guy could drop. I need to like, do you pay attention to those other matches?
Yeah, some other weight class, I'm like, oh, that's a good kid. If he drops, like, then it will be a tough match, but
Almost
I'll
like
wrestle.
almost like scouting them a little
Yeah,
bit
a
about
little
what
bit.
they do. All right, that makes sense.
I think the wounds from Saturday are still a little fresh here.
Yeah.
They still got their game face on.
Don't
And
test them
and-
for concussions.
No,
just
no.
kidding.
I think they wanted more, right?
Yeah.
You could see it. They were so close. They wanted to get that CIF title, coming in second in that championship match. And last year, I think you guys were third place, both of you in CIF.
Yeah.
But you move on to Masters, and we got a goal of going to state. Talk about this last weekend. What happened in your championship matches, and then going into Masters this week. Are we going to see those same guys again, and how do we adjust if we do?
Well, in the finals, I wrestled Stared, and my confidence wasn't there. So, I'm just gonna. I kind of like woke up a little bit, had a wake up call. So I'm like, I'm ready now. Definitely gonna see a lot of tougher kids. So just getting ready for it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in my finals, I went in there nervous. I was like, this kid. I was thinking that kid was better than me, but he really wasn't. So I got in my head before the match, but in reality, I probably could have beaten him in neutral and on top. But hopefully, if I do see him at Masters, I can get my get back.
So you got obviously your coach is there, but Mr. Boardwine was coaching you a little bit. We saw kind of giving you some tips on maybe if you go against him again.
Yeah.
Maybe we can focus on these things as well. Is it cool to have like an assistant principal on campus who also kind of has a clue about wrestling? Because Slevcove can't help you.
That's true.
Yeah, it is. It's actually pretty cool because like he knows how it feels and he's been in our shoes before.
Very nice. Well, Vince, your dad, assistant coach as well, right?
Yeah.
And then as I was doing some research, looking around, it seems like your mom's pretty active. She's got YouTube videos and stuff of you all over the place, right?
Yeah, she started that when I was younger.
Yeah, she almost has as many subscribers as we do.
I believe it.
So, which is awesome, right? How fun is it to have them so involved in kind of what you're doing in athletics?
Yeah, it is really nice. I'm supporting because I know some people, they don't have that support. I am grateful for it.
That's cool. Yeah, it's really fun to watch the parents get out there. And I know in wrestling, especially parents really get into it, right? Like, they're
Oh, yeah.
really, let's go. And I'm sure your dad, being a coach, is probably overly proud of you, one, and then, the coaching aspect as well. It's probably pretty cool, right?
It is, yeah.
And Jimmy, this is your last year. Vince got one more.
Yeah.
But this is it for you. And you got goals of masters and getting to state. So what is that going to mean if you can make it to state? And then what are you going to take away from your time as a wrestler at Cypress High?
I mean, if I make it a state, that's like my main goal, just making it and be able to say I did it, because it's pretty hard to make it there. We only take 10 kids from masters, so yeah. And if I do make it, my goal, or the thing I would take away was probably like I was very disciplined, because to make weight is kind of a challenge as well. So I was like, I did that, and it was all on me.
How many weight classes have you wrestled in your time in high school? How much have you gone up?
Only one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Over 4 years?
Yep.
Wow. That's had to be a challenge.
Yeah.
Keep that weight down. All right, well, you guys are pros. We've been on this before. We come to the point where we do some fast action questions. Don't overthink them. Doesn't seem like that'll be a problem today. Don't overthink them. Whatever comes to your mind first. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, you're both answering these. All right, favorite invitational that you've competed in this year?
5 counties.
TOC.
Okay. Pre-match superstition.
Just listening to music.
Music?
Probably music, yeah.
Same, okay. Any specific song or anything that gets you going?
I don't really.
No, just music in general. Just focus on what's going on. All right. Most memorable pin you've had this year?
It wasn't a pin, but like it was against a kid who was mouthing off a little bit.
What'd you do?
Huh?
What'd you get? What'd you do?
I just beat him by, it was like 5-0, but I knocked my tooth out in the process of doing it.
Oh, nice.
So it was nice.
That would be memorable.
Mine was probably just a quick pin in the finals at our first tournament we went to. Yeah, fast win.
All right, finish this sentence. Hardest thing about wrestling is?
Not eating.
Not eating?
Wrestling.
Read the actual wrestling part, yeah. Something outside of wrestling you do to stay busy?
They're all in on wrestling, coach.
Basically just
live and die.
Probably running to lose weight.
Okay.
Play some Fortnite.
All right. When you're not worried about cutting weight, what's your favorite cheat food?
Probably a nice burrito.
Either ice cream or a nice milkshake.
Very cool. In 1 or 2 words, describe Coach Lundberg.
PH.
A great coach. Well, that's 2 words.
That's good. Great coach.
Pretty funny.
Perfect. Funny. Cool. Finish this sentence. The best thing about Cypress Wrestling is?
Probably the team.
Team.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, probably the team.
Team.
Yeah, that's all right.
Team. All right. Well, hey, you heard some of it here. All right. Thanks again to the boys wrestlers, Jimmy Romero and Vince Partington, for being here today. Thanks to our sponsors, Subs and Grubs and Coach's Corner. Make sure you get out to those businesses and support them. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next week.